Hey everyone, welcome back. Guys, it's our last episode reviewed for This Is Us Season 5. You're here with Sotong sisters, Delia and Jazz. Let's jump into it. Season finale. How are we feeling? I'll tell you how I'm feeling. I am glad this season is over.
Oh my gosh.
So
yeah.
glad.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
I just feel like they made a mess of this season. Like, the writing was just, it was just so off. And it just did not fit with the other 4 seasons that I feel like we've had. So many different things just did not work. And it felt like they were pushing it to work for no reason. And then we get to this final episode. We knew these two wasn't going to make it down the aisle. Like, why did you waste our entire season building up to this? We knew it wasn't going to
happen. Our prediction was correct, along with, I'm sure, the rest of America. Yeah, we knew, we just didn't know what that conversation was going to look like. I mean, whatever.
Then they bring in these little flashbacks of baby Madison and young Madison, and I'm just like, for what though? Like, what are we doing?
I didn't like, even at the beginning, like, let's say they did make it down the aisle, even at the beginning of the episode, it's like they still have no chemistry, even on their wedding day. Like, on your wedding day, you're like a wet mop with each other. Like, there was just no, it was stupid. It
made no sense. And it kind of made me feel like maybe they were doing that on purpose this whole time. Like, maybe they were purposely not trying to give them chemistry, or they were purposely trying to like dial back the chemistry because they wanted us to be in this like will they won't they situation. But I was just in a won't they the whole time. Like, I wasn't in a will they won't they.
It was just in a they won't. They not gonna make it situation.
Right. This is not gonna work.
Yeah, no, it was dumb. And I just feel like Kevin annoyed me the entire episode. Like, him being this groomzilla and like trying to, oh, I just want everything to be perfect. I want it to be the way she wants it to be. I want her to be happy today. Like, what? Just stop. It was just so artificial and surface level and annoying to watch him the whole episode.
You know, the way my face like contorted when he was doing his impersonations in the mirror, I was like, what is happening? Please stop. And then when we found out they didn't get married, I was like, okay, great, we don't have to see that. But then they went back on it at the end of the episode, and now we find I can't.
That, okay, let's just go ahead and stop everything and address that, because that plot twist, oh my God, I did not see it coming. For me, that saved the episode, because at least that was something that we weren't expecting. That was something that was like out left field. And I was like, even though I thought the episode was whack, that last 30 seconds, I was like, oh my God, what happened?
What is happening?
First of all, dude, I don't even know what his name is, but dude at Kate's school, whatever his name is, I can't stand him. He's a pompous, arrogant asshole. So what did Kate even see in him for them to be getting married?
And it's not even been that long, because Kevin says 45. Yeah. They're technically in, like, what are they supposed to be, like 40?
They're like, now? Are they? I thought they're at least 40 for sure. They had the 40th birthday. I want to say they're like early 40s. Like, okay. very early. But yeah, so that did give us a hint of like timeline. And then I'm like, okay, so what happened? Like Toby took this job, where was it, in San Francisco or whatever?
Right.
And we know that that's taking him away from his family 3 days a week. So I'm like, did that like break up their marriage? Like, is that the reason why they're like, Kate?
That's what they want us to believe. They want us to believe that that's what caused it. But if we think back to even maybe last season or the season before, I can't remember when they started doing the flash forwards, and we saw like Randall call Toby. Do you remember that? It was like Randall called Toby to have him come to the house. And Toby was like, I don't know if she'll want to see me. And at the time, we were like, we didn't know that it was Rebecca that they were all going to visit. We were like, so is it Kate? It's something happened to Kate. Are they not together? Do you remember that?
Yeah, I do. I was thinking.
So they've been planting little seeds along the way that kind of have hinted to Kate and Toby not making it. But this was like, it's one thing for them to not make it. It's another thing for Kate to be like completely getting married to somebody else. I did not see that.
Okay, I'm glad you brought up that flashback because I completely forgot about that. And I don't know why I was thinking Toby was talking about Rebecca in that flash forward.
We didn't know that it was Rebecca at the time.
Yeah.
Well, now we know that he's talking about her, which also makes sense because if they're divorced, then like, would you go to your ex mother-in-law's whatever this is? Like, you know?
I don't know. That was just, but they did get me with that. I'll give them that. They got me with that plot twist. And I don't know. Like, I don't think what would have happened that would be that bad that they get divorced and she gets remarried to this idiot. I can't stand him.
I don't know. I definitely didn't expect it. That took me by surprise, but I also felt like it was very unnecessary.
I'm like, they have 2 kids. So Jack is their biological kid, right? Because that was through IVF, and then they adopted the other girl.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like,
right, what y'all out here doing?
What? I don't know.
Girl, I don't know. Speaking of ex-mother-in-laws, let's talk about Rebecca.
Oh my God.
She had me all the way annoyed this whole episode.
Yeah.
Ma'am, now is not the time to have this conversation.
Not the time or place.
Like, what are you doing right now? It is your other son's wedding day, and you're trying to sit down with your adopted son and pour your heart out and have him pour out his heart about this whole situation that he's had. Now is not the time, white woman. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that was that was stupid.
Go put your feelings somewhere else for today, because now is not about you. You don't get to apologize today. You don't get to have your emotional moment today. Now is not the time.
Nah, I'm sorry. That white guilt came in strong. Yeah. She was like, stop the wedding. I need to have this conversation. Like, what? Nah, you go somewhere with that.
Like, come on, ma'am.
Yeah, that was too much. But it's in their final, like the moment where they did really get to talk about it for a second, and she was like crying and all emotional. I don't know, like I was annoyed by her character, but then I was just like, Mandy Moore done come a long way in her career from A Walk to Remember. At least she can muster up some kind of, like, she's so much better. So I was like, all right, let me
just do a really good job of playing this older woman. Like,
yeah.
She does. From Candy to A Walk to Remember to this, she has come a long way. She needs to pass on her acting coach to Mr. Justin. Whoever been working with Mandy Moore over these years needs a new client, and Justin needs to call that person.
Agreed. I was cringing the whole time, as I am with every episode with him.
But you're right. They did do that scene justice, and I did love that scene. But I was also like, part of it was clouded over by the fact that I was like, this is not an appropriate conversation to have right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, this should not be, you shouldn't be doing this right now.
Agreed. Yeah, I don't know. I was just, in general, this episode, I was annoyed by the family. Uncle Nicky with his stupid recording was getting on my nerves. Miguel with his zombie voice trying to hug people was getting on my nerves.
But Uncle Nicky's gift, the chairs, when the chairs, I was like, okay, that's a sweet gift. I was like, okay, Uncle Nicky, you did something right. But then he was like, do you have cash to give?
Do you have a tip?
I was like, Lord, you had it and then you didn't.
Yeah.
But,
ugh.
And then Beth and Tess. So here's my question, right? Before they brought the dresses to the wedding venue for them to put on, they would have had to have tried them on, right?
And had a fitting.
They would have had to have had a fitting.
Yes.
And discussed this.
Yes.
And tried them on. And all of that would have had to have transpired.
Yes.
Now, I get that she's a child, right? She's a teenager, so her mood swings are all over the place. She probably didn't want to say anything then. Now she's feeling it because she actually has to put it on in front of people. Okay, I can give you that. However, this is a TV show. I just felt like, why are we forcing this storyline through? And then the edit that they did, it looked like they just put a black t-shirt on top.
Yeah.
And I was like,
she cut up the bottom. Like, it was just, yeah. I was like, this was the
right. I was like, I see what you guys are trying to do, and I appreciate what you're trying to do, but that didn't seem like it really it didn't feel like it was honoring Tess's journey and who she's becoming at all. It felt very forced. And I was like, if this was something that she would have been concerned about, and Tess is vocal, she don't be not telling people stuff. So I can imagine that she would have said something earlier. And then even if she didn't, I was like, wait, I mean, I was excited. I was like, oh, they're going to turn into a pantsuit. Like,
that's what I thought.
You know, like, we're going to maybe make it a shorter dress or maybe something. But then it was a quick glimpse of something. And then it just literally looked like they put a black t-shirt on top of the dress. That's like,
this whole episode was womp womp, except for the last 30 seconds.
I saw an article, I didn't read it, but I saw an article that came out today, and it said the title was Chrissy Metz, worried about fans after finale episode. And I was like, she should be worried about the fans because we don't know if we want to come back. She should be very worried.
But at least, I mean, this is going to make people come back because they got to see what happened. We got to know.
I don't.
We got to know.
You're right. We do. Yeah. It has been a roller coaster of a season. There have been some really great moments, and there have been some not great moments. But I'm glad to know that there's like an ending coming, like season 6, there's an ending coming. And I really hope that they're able to do a great job closing out this series that I feel like has resonated with so many people over the span of its lifetime. I just really want them to do it justice.
We'll see.
We shall see. Let us know what y'all think. You guys know that the seasons are coming to a close. This Is Us is one of the first to make its way out. Hit us up in the comments, like, subscribe, and enjoy the rest of all the other shows that you guys watch. You guys know we on Grey's Anatomy too, so we'll see how that one ends up too. We'll see how that goes. But until next time, y'all. Bye.
Bye.